Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This time we continue something we started in our last episode, which is a look at Japanese Star Wars DVDs that all enter my collection thanks to the generous donation of his collection into mine from Matt Fry recently. Still going through the many things that came into my collection that were things that I did not already have. It's a fantastic blessing that he has bestowed upon me, and hopefully that I've been able to then bestow out onto the community as the stuff that I didn't need was then passed along at the cost of shipping only, as he did for me, to others in the community. Last time I looked at the 2004 and 2005 DVD releases of the original trilogy from Japan and found that the one big difference was that typically the menus would actually be in Japanese. But then also we found that when it came to demos of video games, in 2004, when the bonus disc would normally have had an Xbox demo of Battlefront 1, it was completely absent for Japan. Well, now we want to turn our sights on the prequels in their individual releases from Japan to see how they fared. So we will start with The Phantom Menace. Now notice, unlike what we saw last time, where there wasn't a need for a distinction between widescreen and full screen, because there was only widescreen and therefore the releases tended to have only the bottom THX information, in silver in that case, and the top was blank basically, so it was just the artwork. We do have a gold strip here along with the gold bottom on Phantom Menace, but note that's not because of widescreen full screen. It's because of the whole every saga has a beginning thing that they did even in the US for Phantom Menace. Note again, just like those last time, clear DVD case. So the front, no way to tell this is Japanese. Every saga has a beginning, title there, DVD, THX stuff on the bottom like we've seen before. Spine, okay, 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment, Star Wars, name of the film, number 1, THX, Lucasfilm, product number, again, no way to tell. It's the back where the difference emerges, just like on the other ones. You have your information about the film there in Japanese, cast crew information there in English after some more Japanese text, and then you got your logos and whatnot and your legalese down here as a mixture of Japanese and English. In this case, had you bought it at the time, this would have been your price tag sticker. This would have cost you 3,980 yen before taxes, 4,179 yen after taxes. We have our insert here. English front. English back minus the legalese in Japanese, except then when it actually does break down what the content is, it's got the titles there in English for the most part, with then Japanese text underneath, and get the most out of your Episode 1 DVD with these special features up at the top. The legalese, primarily Japanese. Disc label-wise, similar to the US, we have Disc 1, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, DVD video, product number, Dolby Digital, couple lines of Japanese text, region 2 NTSC, so NTSC like the US, great. Still not region 1 though, not playing over here unless you have a region-free player, or all-region player. Japanese text underneath, little bit of legalese over here, primarily in English in this case. It's your film disc. And then you've got, after a nice arm here, we'll look at the art underneath in a moment, your bonus features disc. Disc 2, title again, basically the same stuff here as well. Put them in. Japanese language menus, as one would expect, of course, which is pretty cool. But then, because it's a clear case, artwork underneath it. Palpatine, Sebulba, Maul, the battle basically that we see on the label there. Pretty neat. What about Attack of the Clones? No widescreen version, and this one didn't get a tagline. In the US, it just said widescreen at the top in gold, so no need for it here. It's more like what we saw in 2004 and 2005. A similar design to the front, a similar design to the US there on the spine, and then the back, again, Japanese text about the film, about the special features and whatnot, then the English language cast and crew information, and then a mixture here for your symbols and your legalese of some English, some Japanese. Inside, again, I have hung on to the price tag here and put it on cardstock. The price in this case would have been 3,980 yen, or after taxes, 4,179. We have the insert, English, English with Japanese legalese. Inside the insert, get the most out of your Episode 2 DVD. Notice there this time, the descriptions and the titles are in Japanese, as with the legalese. No need to mark it as widescreen or anything. There's your disc labels, similar to the US, only the placement really of the logo makes a difference with disc 1 underneath it. And then the bonus disc, again, a similar design. As for the artwork underneath it, Zam and a clone trooper. I guess so that when you put the one in there with Jango Fett, it looks kind of neat as a combined image. And then over here, just like with the other one, you have basically the image from the disc used as the background. So I guess the image stays the same when you got the disc in it. Then we have Revenge of the Sith. Again, aside from the lack of widescreen in gold, looks a lot like the US widescreen version. Same thing with its spine, but as soon as you get to the back, that's where your Japanese text is going to be in a similar arrangement to the other two. Inside, again, I've kept the price sticker for this one. 3,800 yen before taxes, or 3,990 after taxes. Insert, English. English with Japanese legalese. Get the most out of your Episode 3 DVD with these special features in English, but then titles and descriptions in Japanese inside. There is a second insert we will look at in just a moment. Not found in the US. Disc here. In the US, it's marked as widescreen, right? Because typically what you would see in the US was that sometimes it was only full screen marked, or it was widescreen and full screen in the case of Revenge of the Sith. So Disc 1, Star Wars 3, Revenge of the Sith, DVD, product number, Dolby Digital, the two Japanese lines, Region 2, NTSC, Japanese line, couple Japanese lines, and then copyright information there, legalese. Just like you would have expected, and when you pop it in, yes, you're getting Japanese menus. Question was, what about Disc 2? And it's designed essentially similarly there for the label. But for Disc 2, for Revenge of the Sith, you may recall that in the US, and in fact we'll find in most regions, there was a demo for Battlefront 2. But it was on Xbox. Whereas in 2006, we found that the US demo for LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, was on Xbox, but on other regions it was on PC. I guess they hadn't learned their lesson yet in 2005, where they didn't realize, I guess, that Xbox wasn't as big in other countries as it was in the US for that generation of video game consoles. In 2005, it was Xbox seemingly everywhere. Well, did Japan get one at all? Because remember, in 2004, they didn't get a demo of Battlefront 1 on the bonus disc from the 2004 original trilogy DVD set. They got nothing. No demo at all, just a trailer. Well, what was that other insert? It's the giveaway, even if you didn't have a region-free player to check, as I did. It does come with a Battlefront 2 demo, and it's got information. It says Xbox demo instructions. So yes, it was Xbox. Star Wars Battlefront 2. We have the Japanese title, I guess, there. Imagery very similar to what we saw with the Australian Heroes versus Villains, or Heroes and Villains DVDs. Rated T for Teen, Pandemic, LucasArts symbol there. And on the back, lots and lots of Japanese information about the demo. So yes, in 2004, they hadn't gotten a demo. And maybe that was a misstep. Maybe not, if it had to be on Xbox and that wasn't as big in Japan. Hell, Japan is the home of Sony, PlayStation at the time. But this time they did get one. Except it was Xbox. That made their version of Episode 3 even closer to ours than even their 2004 DVD set for the original trilogy. So we've seen the original trilogy in 2004 and 2005. We've seen the 2001 DVD in Japan of Phantom Menace, the 2002 DVD of Attack of the Clones, the 2005 DVD of Revenge of the Sith. All of their premiere DVDs from Japan. Is there anything else? Of course there is. This is Matt Fry. He collected a lot of stuff, including quite a bit of stuff from this era in Japan, and you can bet we're going to be taking a look at it. Next episode, we look at the Ewok telemovies and Ewok and Droids cartoon DVDs from Japan, and the episode after that, we'll be taking a look at both volumes of the Clone Wars from Japan, all courtesy of Matt Fry. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.